Hi everyone, I'm Marcy, and we can't get through the holidays without buñuelos. So today I thought I'd show you how easy it is to make these perfectly crispy, delicious cinnamon sugar treats. And best of all, you probably already have everything you need to make them on hand. I love buñuelos, and I make a couple different kinds. The ones I'm making today are real simple. You roll the dough out like a tortilla, you fry them, and then you dust them with cinnamon sugar, and they're fantastic. But I also make buñuelos de viento, which I use a rosette iron for. So in addition to being delicious, they're really beautiful to look at. And if you're interested in that recipe, I'll go ahead and include a link for you so you can check it out. But again, the ones I'm making today are real easy. All you need is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 2 teaspoons sugar, a pinch of salt, a couple of dashes of cinnamon, and then 2 tablespoons of fat. You can use butter, you can use vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable shortening. And then you'll need 1 cup of warm water. You're going to need plenty of oil for frying, and then at the end we're going to dust them with cinnamon sugar, so you're going to need more cinnamon and sugar. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. In a large bowl, you'll first want to mix together all the dry ingredients. That's the flour, the baking powder, the sugar, a little cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. Give it a quick mix. Then add in the fat, and with very clean hands, work it into the flour mixture, breaking it apart with your fingers until you have a sandy consistency. Next, add in the warm water a little at a time and begin working it into the dough. You don't want to add it in all at once because you might not need it all. You want just enough to lift all the flour off the bowl to form a dough. Then knead for at least 10 minutes. Now, it may be tempting to only knead for a couple of minutes and call it done because it looks okay, but I'm telling you, you definitely want to knead the full 10 minutes because what happens is your dough will become more elastic, and then when you stretch it, it won't tear. So you just get a little bit of a workout. After 10 minutes of kneading, it should be nice and smooth, and the dough should bounce back when you push down on it with your finger. Now cut it into 6 equal parts and form each into a dough ball, same as you would when you make tortillas. Place them back in the bowl and cover with a slightly damp towel. Then let it rest for 30 to 40 minutes. Meantime, I'll take a shallow bowl and in it mix together about a cup of sugar and a couple of teaspoons or so of cinnamon. I never really measure this part, you just sort of have to eyeball it and add more if necessary. Then mix until fully combined. When the dough is rested for at least 30 minutes, heat up your vegetable oil in a large skillet. You want it to be at least an inch deep. And when it's nice and hot, about 350 degrees, it's time to start rolling out your buñuelos. I find that if I very lightly dust my surface and rolling pin with flour, they're easier to roll. Just like a tortilla, roll it out as round and as thin as possible. Then lift and stretch it wherever necessary and carefully lay it into the hot oil. Don't worry if you get these big bubbles on there. That's just very happy dough. But what I do is I'll take the tongs and I'll just sort of push down on it because you want it to cook evenly. What you want to do is avoid having oil go into those bubbles. So again, I'm just pushing down. And this oil is starting to get too hot. I need to lower it. That one cooked way too quickly. But after you've done a few, you'll totally get the hang of it. Let it fry for about 30 seconds on one side, then flip it over and let the other side fry until both sides are a beautiful golden brown. Remove the buñuelo from the pan, place it onto a rack lined with paper towels, and let all the excess oil drain. Then, while it's still hot, dust them with plenty of cinnamon sugar, making sure all parts get coated. Shake off the excess and continue making the next buñuelo. If you want, you can roll out all the dough balls at once before frying, but I just prefer rolling out and then frying one at a time. In no time at all, I have a beautiful stack of buñuelos that are light and golden and crispy. Let's see if you can hear this. And the taste is perfect. Lightly sweet and cinnamony, very similar to a sopaipilla. I think you're really gonna love them. The only problem I would say is they are addicting. I warn you so that either you double the recipe or you get rid of them quickly before you eat them all. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any one of my recipes. I also invite you to follow me at Marcy Inspired on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, blessings from my kitchen to yours.